One of my best experiences being directed by anybody. It was just fabulous.
You've probably heard this over and over today, but the film was incredible. I've said this to so many people, but it's my favorite one of the year so far. I watched it twice now. I'm gonna go again this weekend.
Good. Don't see any other movies this year.
No, I won't. That's it for me. I'm retiring. But Olivia, for you, something I really loved is that the second time I watched it with my partner and two of our couple friends.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And we felt that every character feels like us, but also like our partner. Like they're equally frustrating, but you can't help but sympathize with where they're coming from. And you came into the script, which already existed. It had a different cast, and now it has a new cast. How much of these characters were on the page versus something that you sort of like injected into them?
Oh, we as a collective created these characters from a place of real specific personal instinct, everybody's instincts. And the script was this excellent framework. It was based on this awesome Spanish film, which was originally a play. And it had this core question to it about relationships and whether they can survive and how a relationship falls apart and why. But we took our own approach to that, and these characters are really created by the actors themselves, which I love. And there's a great Wong Kar-wai quote that I will butcher, so I won't get it right, but I paraphrase, about you don't know what a film is until your actors tell you, because you don't know these characters until the actors give them a soul, and that was what was happening. So it was a joy to invite these actors to the table to create their characters themselves, and it was beyond anything I could have imagined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's saying that like it's a default normal thing for a director to do. Like so many directors exert what I would call over control, and very few trust actors at the level Olivia trusted in the three of us, and in the four of us. I mean, it's a wild thing to have someone who is directing the craft of the film very conscientiously, but then being unbelievably liberated and daring in terms of allowing invention by actors to inform where story is going. That's like anathema to the directorial process for many people, and I think it's because Olivia is a terrific actor and was in it with us, so she was liberating herself to play with us maybe on some level, but it's very rare. I mean, what she achieved for the four of us in terms of a space to fill in, the way she's saying, was not like anything I've experienced in decades of making films. It was a very, very, very unusual experience.
But it's like, who knows better what a character would do than the actor who has been living inside that character, who's done the actual work of exploring all their corners. Like, who would know better than they to tell you, oh, this is how I would be and this is where I've been, and that was such a joy.
We only get a few chances for meaningful relationships in life.
What is going on here?
And my second question was going to be about your experience with Olivia as a director, but you kind of have given those flowers.
Yeah.
One of my best experiences being directed by anybody. It was just fabulous.
You were at Everyman last night,
yes.
So you kind of can see how maybe that environment is very conducive of sort of talking about films, staying there a little bit longer, talking about what you're expecting, what you saw, and it's something that we're very passionate about encouraging as well. So I wanted to ask you guys a question, which is, what is a film that maybe you haven't experienced at the cinema, but you wish that you could?
Gosh, you know what movie I didn't see in theaters for, I don't know why, but I saw it on my own, was Force Majeure, Ruben Östlund's Force Majeure. I wish I had seen that at the Everyman. I think that is one that I love talking to people about, and it was a real influence on this film as well, of course. But that's one that I think would have been extraordinary to experience with other people and then to unpack it in the lobby.
For sure.
That's funny. I did see that one in the theater, but I didn't see Triangle of Sadness in the theater.
I did that in the theater.
Wish I had. Yeah, wish I had.
Just that one scene with
the nausea scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which though watching it by ourselves my wife laughed so hard she had to jump up and run to the sink because she thought she was going to vomit.
Oh my God.
Like, I mean, one of the funniest things. But Force Majeure is a great. Force Majeure, I think, is one of the greatest modern films about relationship dynamics.
Oh, yes.
That I can think of, and I agree.
Second only to the invite.
No. Yes, you're right.
I don't know if you heard, but everybody yesterday was just like losing their minds
Really?
laughing. It was amazing.
We didn't
to
hear
see
that.
it.
Thank you for telling us.